Crap with Beth and Matt. Cut to Crap is the world's #1 no bullshit health and fitness podcast. Hey friends and fellow no bullshitters, it's time once again. This week we are chatting with our good friend and fellow no bullshit coach, personal trainer Turo. We discuss breaking down health and fitness to make it as simple as we possibly can, building sustainable, healthy habits, push-up progressions, consistency, and so much more. Let's jump into it.
Hi.
Turo.
Hey,
There he is.
What is happening? Where are you? Are you at the beach? What's going on?
yeah, I'm in Italy. You know, I thought you are in somewhere in sunny place, so I thought I show up because I'm living, in Italy. So I thought to show up, like at least it looks like that it's hot here too, right?
you got
God, I love it.
You got the beach towel. You got the sunglasses. You might as well. Yeah. You're ready to go.
I'm ready to go.
Amazing. I'm definitely envious of Beth right now. Of course, I was just in Arizona myself, but she's in Florida for the next month. So I'm like, oh man.
Yeah, I saw that. I saw that.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So Turo, how is everything out? In your part of the country, across the pond? I guess not in your part of the world, really.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, everything is good. Life is going on.
Yeah. Is that a good thing?
Yeah.
That life is going on?
Yeah, no, it's there are situations what you can't affect, but we keep
like
going.
That, yeah. You gotta,
it's not the.
Yeah, sometimes we just have to play the hand that we're dealt, right? And do the best that we can with what we're handed to us, instead of complaining about it and focusing on, like, oh my God, why is this happening to me, right? Like just deal with the hand that you're dealt.
Yeah, no, it's exactly like you said. Like obviously I love. Luckily, I'm like you guys too. You have some kind of online business what you have been able to build, and that's the you can be so grateful at these times, like when in-person trainings and stuff like that, they got like huge hits. So yeah. But there's always something you can do.
That's funny, Turo, because you and I'm not sure how long you and Beth have known each other, but I know you and I have been connected for about 2 years now at this point. We started back on Instagram with each other and kind of just connected on there. And then we both kind of got started on TikTok, I think around the same time.
Yeah.
And it's been amazing to kind of watch your content and your account grow and your business grow. During the whole
same thing for you. Yeah, same thing for you. And you guys, you have killed it. Like it was funny to see like how things are like, because what most coaches are or many people are doing, they are like kind of jealous for each other. Like that, why he's doing it, why I'm not. And then, it's not. I'm so happy for you guys. You have been the collaboration, what you guys do, and all things, and how it's affecting to business. That's fucking amazing. And then I think it was some time, like it was same with the TikTok. You never know when it's happening. It's so weird platform. Like it's It was for me basically it was 1 week last June or something, and it went from 0 to 200 something, and now it have been stalled out. But it's you keep trying different things and being yourself, and then you never know. Like I have been like Matt last time, I can't remember when was it. You were
when I was on your podcast.
Yeah, it was like in November or something.
I think so. Yeah, it was a few months ago.
And since that, you didn't. I think at that time, I remember you said that you had like 300,000 something, and wow! Now within a couple months, it grew so much account, and probably for sure business also, right? And
absolutely, yeah.
And Beth, I think Beth even more during this couple months. So you never know what is happening and when it's happening. So
it's a weird place on there, huh? Yeah, I think. Me and you, we met on through the mentorship. Did we start the mentorship at the same time?
Yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah. For mentorship. And, I think probably I was there. Could be that I was there even earlier than you. You came a bit later. I think I was from the beginning, but we were at the same time, at least some part of it.
And did you start the TikTok when Jordan gave us that challenge? So we both, that's, I haven't stopped.
I love that so much.
It's fucking Jordan's fault.
Yeah. No,
it's a good mentor, though. It's a good mentor.
No, and you know what? He's back. It seems he's back on.
I saw that the other day. He posted a video, and I love it.
I saw it.
I'm like, oh, here we go.
Watch out, fuckers. Jordan Syed is back.
Oh, man, Jordan's back. We're all fucked.
And he's back with a vengeance, too. He's taken the gloves off even more than he has in the past. Like, wow, I'm just so happy to see him back on there.
Good for him.
Yeah. Hopefully he stays in it.
And Turo, too, you mentioned something about how you kind of stalled out, but you just keep going, right? And I think that's really important, too, how that can be applied with everything in life, too. Not just us trying to grow a social media presence in our business, but with our health and fitness journey, too, right? Like doing the same shit day in, day out, the mundane stuff, the boring stuff, that's what's going to get you the results. And you got to be consistent and patient with it, even when it doesn't feel like you're actually making any progress, right?
Yeah, no, I'm sure you have those same discussions all the time. Like you try to kind of justify for yourself that it's not the right time. I'm doing something wrong. I'm not doing it. I should do something better, or it's so hard. Like something just happened in your life, and then you kind of just justifying for yourself that excuse to give up and make a break when the reality is, and when the growth happens, that you never know when it happens. But once you keep going and taking the consistent action and making those priorities, what you have like a small adjustable or sustainable steps, and it don't have to be, nobody's perfect, and understanding it that it will never be. There will be several days that you don't feel like doing anything. You don't want to work out. You don't want to eat healthy. You don't want to. For us, it's putting some content out there. Even most of the days, probably we enjoy it, but there are always days that now you don't feel like doing anything. But you are showing up, putting yourself out there, and then you never know what is happening. And that's the difference between those people who have some kind of success, is that they are so consistent. And putting yourself out there and just getting that work done. Usually those things, what matters, what brings the most, are exactly those days when you don't feel like it. Like I don't know if you have experience like in social media or work, like doing like something like that, you think that I don't have time, I have 5 minutes, then fucking do 10-second video or something. Or if it's a workouts, if you can't make a whole fucking hour, then do 5 minutes. Or if you can't, if you are telling to yourself excuse that I don't have 5 minutes, then do one push-up. Or what is the simplest, smallest thing you can do, and building that habit, and to become a person who is not missing 2 days in a row, or if it's 2 days, getting just back on track and as soon as possible. And that's the really key in any part of life.
Yeah. The all or nothing mindset can really fuck with someone.
Yeah. Because I think
that's an amazing message right there. We could just end the podcast right there, and that'd be good. But there's so much for us that we could talk about. And what I'm really interested in too is your own personal journey, how you became a coach, because I know you kind of faced some adversity, some challenges, right, along the way. And you, instead of just accepting the hand that had been dealt to you, you took that opportunity and ran with it. Is that fair to say in terms of how you got to where you are now? Yeah,
no, absolutely. Like I think all of us who we started, I got how I came. I'm from my background. I'm actually what happened is that I lost my job. I didn't have any possibility to keep going, and then I was thinking that what I'm going to do next. What's the next thing? And then I was like that. Somebody told me that be a coach. Like you have so much. That's what you are passionate about. You have knowledge from your professional career. I'm lucky to have that I had some amazing strength coaches in my career, and I have seen a lot of coaches, how they work. And then was the fuck, let's go. And but that was when I think back, it was hardest thing. You lose a job, and you have. But then now when you think back, that there was nothing else it was that one thing. I didn't have any other possibility. Like that was all in. And it was not like that, should I do it? Should I not do it? And then you get started and you start to take action. And that was the best thing. And, you know, when it comes to social media, it's you will do some videos. And when I was doing videos, I remember literally I did some video course for my clients. And I remember I was having a beer that I was able to talk. Like I had literally one beer that I was a bit more relaxed talk, because otherwise it was like and so it's then you start it, you make it habit, you are improving, and that's the way how I got it, like get going a bit better.
Yeah.
How about you guys? How did you start it? Like, how did you have any issues with doing content or videos or?
Yeah. I think like imposter syndrome was like, I was, you know, it's like it's like I was always worried about, oh my God, what are the other coaches gonna think of like me? You know, I fucking sound like a fucking idiot. I don't know what I'm talking about. You know what I mean? Like everything. Yeah. But then you're like, okay, like I'm not doing this to fucking try to, you know, have the other coaches like me. This is supposed to be helping other people. So you kind of have to like switch it, and that's what saved me. Then you keep doing it, like you were saying, like repetitive and just practice. And like, see, just by you saying what you just did, I would have never have thought that you struggled making videos, because I think your videos are amazing. Like I would like look up to your videos and then just see, like, it's all about like, I think that we compare ourselves, but at the same time, we just don't know what the other person is going through either.
Yeah. No, exactly. You know? It's it might look, when you do editing or something, it might look like, but that's what I love, and what I love, for example, Beth and you both, Matt, that you are so passionate about it, and you are so raw, and you put the message out there, and it's not that you don't do it. You do it for a person who you are helping to, and not to impress. But if you are using them for a normal person, that you are using activating glutes and they're using some different, like those kind of things, what every fitness professional is knowing. But if you are, I do a lot of group coaching, right? So that was just an example, like glute activation, and people are like, what does it mean? I said that it's a movement you make. Like you gotta, if you imagine yourself that you need to go to toilet, you gotta have a shit, but you don't have toilet anywhere available. What you are doing, and then you are doing this movement with your ass. You close it. This is glute activation.
You close it. I love that.
Yeah, I totally agree. Like I'm with you. Like keeping it simple, talking to people like they're 9 years old, because you know they're not going to understand this certain lingo that coaches have. Like when coaches start talking sciencey to me, it actually kind of bothers me. I'm like, just I don't even. Give it to me in fucking real terms, you know, like seriously, like a hinge. Like I remember Jordan, when I went to, or what do you want to call it? I don't even know. One of his things. I have my brain farts. I've been traveling. To, you know, when you're doing the hinge, he's like, shut the car door with your butt.
Yes.
Stick your nipples out. Simple. Okay. I can understand that. Right.
Yeah. No, I don't even like it when people talk in the sciencey terms to me, like, or like I get bored with just reading that stuff. And of course I understand it and I know, but the important thing for us as coaches is that we can translate it, right? Like,
right.
And for me, that was, so in my former career, before I became a coach, you know, I worked in IT as a business analyst, and a lot of what I did, I was the middleman, right? So I would talk with our business, and I would talk with our internal developers, and I would talk what our business needed, and I would translate that into terms that our developers understood, and I would talk to our business users, our customers, about the tech stuff, but I would translate it into a way that they understood. So that served me well in coaching, was having those communication skills.
No, that's it's all about like having that you have a message what you want to deliver, and it's then up to you to deliver it with those words that it could get understood.
You're good at that. You're good at that, Turo, for sure. Like your videos are quick, to the point, straightforward. You can't misunderstand them. So I love that.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate when it's coming from you guys. I'm looking always up to your content and trying getting some ideas, as probably also we always, of course, we follow each other and getting some ideas and how people are reacting and getting some ideas. Obviously you don't need to use word for word same message, but use it with your own language.
Put your own spin on it.
That's a message anyways. If there are so many like that, you are stealing some content at what you are doing. Oh my God. Like of course, we did same things. We have same values and message, how you gonna say, like, it's just, you use different words, but you deliver in the end, same message.
Right.
And the thing is, it's like the science of nutrition is the same. So we just have to fucking put it in our own language, right? You know what I mean? Like, it doesn't change.
And somebody who relates it, it's then up to those people who are watching it. If this is something, what you think, like, I think we all are knowledgeable coaches and what matters is that how you deliver that message and it gets something sticks into that people and ultimately what our goal is in social media, at least for me, and I'm sure it's same for you, that those people who are following, either they get some value and your only hope is that they are starting to take action on those messages and those things what you are telling, like that you are not it would be a lot easier to get some attention, like now what you see, what we talked with the Matt in my podcast, to put some bullshit content out there and getting a lot of views, and that's unfortunately how those algorithms are working. But I don't give a shit if I have how many followers or whatever I have. But if I'm not happy with that message, what I'm telling, or if I'm not honestly believing, if my only goal is to make just some easy buck from there, it doesn't matter.
Well said. Well said. Yeah. It is so easy to grow a big following by selling bullshit and by lying to people and deceiving people. That's why we see some of the biggest accounts on social media, on Instagram, on TikTok, Facebook, all the biggest websites. They thrive in misinformation because that elicits an emotional response. And, it sounds just too good to be true, right? Like, no way, can this thing really do that for me? Well, no, it fucking can't. But of course it sounds good because they're very good salesmen. They're snake oil salesmen, right? The truth isn't sexy. What we talk about isn't sexy, which is why, our following and not, we all have a pretty decent following, I would say, but it's nothing compared to the size of the people that are selling the fucking pH water or some bullshit supplement, that's gonna melt your fat away or block your body from absorbing carbs or what the fuck ever they're selling you. Those people have 1 million plus followers and are making $10,000 every day because they're selling you bullshit,
Yeah, but if that is making them happy, I let them do it. Our job is
I'm not gonna let. I'm not gonna let them. I'm gonna try to.
No, we try to point it out. I'm not. I know you guys pointed out. I'm more like I'm not pointing out that bullshitting. That's not my style. I haven't done it too much in the past. Maybe I do it in future. I don't know. But I rather focus on what tips, how I can help you. Obviously, it's helping also that you are pointing out some misinformation and something what is obviously not true.
Yeah. And like me personally, I'm trying to steer away from that type of content so much, just because like it puts a target on your back, honestly, from like the likes of TikTok and things like that. Because once you start going against the grain, people are going to report your account, you're going to get banned, and then there goes the entire thing for you, So it sucks that it's come to that, but we have to be very careful now with our larger following. And that seems to be the reoccurring theme with all the coaches that we talk to. Like, it just isn't worth the risk that we put ourselves at when we start trying to debunk that stuff. And it's really unfortunate because now it's like we're torn, right? Do we try to debunk this person and show people why they're wrong? Or do we just say, you know what, it's not worth the headache that it's going to cause me. So we're just going to let this misinformation run rampant, It's a tough situation to be in.
Yeah, I had to stop doing the debunking for a little bit. I've had too many violations, and over nothing really. The violations haven't even been over debunking. They've been over like comment violations and just stupid stuff. I'm getting reported for nothing now. And I keep getting these things like from TikTok saying that if you have one more violation, you're in risk of getting banned or having, things different. I'm like, how do you stop that?
Yeah. No, I never had those kind of problems. I
was just going to ask you if you've ever been in TikTok jail, Turo.
No. I've never. No, I have never.
Yeah.
But the reason is that I haven't, like I said, I haven't took hard on those misinformation and I haven't done some duets or stitches or anything like that.
That's good. That's what works for you, right? And you, like you said, you would just focus on helping people build good habits and give them accurate information that's easy to implement. And that's good. That works for you. And I think you're, like Beth said, your information is fantastic. So
no, thank you so much. No, I that's how I rather reply for some comment with the video than trying to help at least that one person than trying to point out some misinformation. Like that's just how I rather do it.
I admire that about you, honestly, because
that's smart. That's smart.
It's smart, and it's very hard. At least me personally, I find it hard to not engage with that type of stuff. Like, yes, that's my ego talking a little bit, maybe, but I'm working on that. But I'm not sure if that will ever fully go away. Just because, like, this is my fucking page. You're not going to come here and spout stupid stuff like that. You know, like, sorry, but you're not.
Yeah, no, I love it. That's how I see it. Like how passionate you are. I'm still calm Finn living in Italy, and but I'm not. You don't see me. If you ask my wife if she's seeing me angry, she knows that something have happened. Like I'm not getting pissed off or anything like those kind of comments. Like I used to get worried about comments if somebody's commenting something bad, and now I understand that it's happening. It's crazy world out there, and if you start to use your energy for some negative comments, it's rather you focus on what you can give and not on those negative things.
Yeah.
So you mentioned you do a lot of group coaching. What are the kind of like the principles that you work on with people on your group coaching?
No, I do like here in locally. I have choose some. I do weekly. I have 6 sessions per week. So
I love that.
I do. So I work with a lot of people now. Obviously, with the COVID, it's a bit less. But I used to have work with 200 people every single week, and so it's just I love it. I love both. I love online part. It's giving you a freedom to do your work when you want, and you can if I want to have a walk afternoon, I can have a walk. I can do my work on Saturday or Sunday or late at night or early morning. It doesn't matter. But with the group coaching is that you actually work with the person. You see a person, you communicate, you have a laughs, and that you are seeing like what most people what they are doing. So then you have a lot better knowledge when somebody's saying that what I'm doing wrong with the push-ups, you have already in your mind that those are the 5 common mistakes, and then try to fix this, and that's the like the best part of having that kind of both experiences, that you work with the person and also in online. What about you guys? Did you work? Beth, you were at least in person working also.
I worked in person for 4 or 5 years before I went online. I think it's important to have that in-person experience before you go before you coach online, like you said, because then you have like the knowledge of modifications for people's move, like just seeing people move. Everyone moves different. Everyone does squats different.
There's no such thing as perfect form, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And if you, yeah, absolutely. I had been doing it in person part-time for a couple of years leading up to about the end of 2019 is when I looked to start moving online before the pandemic. Of course, then the pandemic happened. Convenient for me when it happened because it allowed me to grow my business. But but of course,
Awesome.
with, in-person coaching, you are very limited with how many clients you can work with because you only have so many hours in the week, right? Just if you work 40 hours, you're not going to be working with clients for 40 hours because you have to be doing your notes before, you have to be preparing and notes after and everything too. So you're very limited by that. You mentioned something there too. You working with somebody in person, like let's say a push-up, you can, 4 or 5 things that are typically wrong with the push-up. I know a lot of people, that's a goal of theirs actually to do a full push-up or like a pull-up or something like that. So what are some mistakes you see people make with a push-up and maybe some like progressions or regressions we could work on for a push-up?
Like for most women, what I see is that they are not either, first of all, most of women can't do even one push-up. So if you can do single push-up, it's completely normal. If you can do, let's say if you can do 10 push-ups, you are in top 5% of women. I think, or even I think maybe even 2%. Like that is.
Yeah.
If I
That's
think
a very good indicator of strength and health right there. If you can do a body weight push-up.
But the first most common mistake is what I see is that because they are hard. Nobody, especially women, nobody or almost nobody, everybody hates them, and that's why you are not doing those exercises. And that's what when I say that we do some push-ups in a group coaching, and I said that's why we do them. They are one of the best exercise, and nobody's doing them voluntarily at home. So
I love push-ups. I do. I love push-ups.
Yeah.
I'm one of those crazy people.
Yeah. No. It's but you are a coach and but for normal, at least what I work and what I see in group coaching, like regular people, because they are just so hard, and how I see that elbows are way too high. It's kind of like if you do them on your knees, you are kind of just, your elbows are way too much in front. Like it's kind of easier, but you are lifting it with your back instead of like you are like not using really your arms, and elbows are way too high, and they should be around 45 degrees. And
45
and
degrees.
What I love to say that it's knee push-ups. It's for many people. It's hard to get to know how to do them like accurately. Like if you don't have you don't have so much control in your body, like start on a wall, like go for a wall or elevated push-ups, like using some kind of if table is too low, start with the wall and really focus on having your arms like on 45 degrees and really focusing on your form first, and then going from lower and lower, and the idea is that you could be doing at least some of reps, because it doesn't, if you are like most of the women, they can do maybe 1 or 2 push-ups. You can't it's not enough to get some good workout if you are doing like a 1 and then next set you are not doing anything, so that you get at least a couple more reps with a good form.
Yeah, I like to see, like, if you can do 10 wall push-ups, then we'll progress on to, like working on the push-ups from the knee position. And then if you can do 10 push-ups from like a knee position, then perhaps we could try to do 1 full body weight push-up, something like that. Yeah. And one cue that I like to use with people as well is with the arm positioning, like you said, with 45-degree angle and things like that, is I'll just say lay down on the ground and then literally have your arms out and then put your arms down and push yourself up. That's more likely a natural push-up position for them. Whereas if they just try to get down and do a push-up right away, they're going to be flaring their elbows out and their arms, right? That's at least what I find. Yeah. So just go down, lay down completely flat, lay your arms out and then put them down and push yourself up. And that's probably a more natural movement for you.
Yeah. And one thing is like what I see from back, that you are having your ass way too much behind. Like same thing what I said about the glute activation. Imagine that you are going to toilet, push it together and try to keep a straight line as possible. And if it's because it's even those knee push-ups, they are really hard for it's not that they are easy, but that's just that I would recommend to start with hands elevated, so you have that kind of form that you have on a straight line. So start with the wall or using some elevation like on this or something else to make it, to get started. And after that you can go for knee push-ups and real push-ups.
Love that. Love that. What about like pull-ups and chin-ups? That's I've been finding a lot recently that people will come to me and like, I really want to do my first pull-up ever, like just one. I just want to do one, you know. And I love when people come to us with these strength driven goals like that, right? Because that's a really good indicator of strength. Like if you can do a body weight pull-up, a body weight push-up, your strength is probably pretty good, right? So do you like to use those type of goals for people as well? Those performance-based goals or movement-based goals rather than, you know, things like the scale or how you know, body measurements or numbers going down, things like that.
Yeah, no, I love to set, especially like it's not, people are not, most of the people, they don't think that they need some, they just want to lose that weight, right? So it doesn't matter that strength goal, but especially if you have been longer in a dieting mindset, it's so refreshing to have some like a really on strength goal or any other performance based goal. So it takes your mindset a little bit away from that dieting mindset, and it keeps you working on again for some other goal. Like if you have like ultimately you want to improve your health, and once you are able to improve your health or strength, all those fat loss and weight loss, they happen as a side effect, and they are not the main goal. And so that's why I love that if you have some like a goal, like to get your first push up or pull up or having some 5 rep maximum, whatever in your favorite exercise, if it's deadlifts, if it's squats, bench press, whatever it is. So you have kind of a goal what towards you have, and then when you have realistic goal for it, it makes a lot more it's a lot more fun to work out, and not just to work out that you are losing fat and then you get frustrated because it's not going as fast as you would like, and that's kind of a circle what is hard to get out of.
It's vicious cycle for sure. And typically, right, because when we start looking at those performance-based goals and those strength goals, what's happening is then our body composition is changing too. You know, you're getting stronger, you're building lean muscle mass, which is going to benefit you over the entirety of your life, not just over the next couple of months, where like if you just focus on weight loss, that's a very short-term goal, right? But if we start focusing on strength and health, that's going to serve us better and improve the quality of our life for the rest of our life.
No, I love it. And that's why like people who are not at the moment doing some kind of strength training, I had many of them to start like that. They were like, especially women, older women, you know, they are used to the strength training. They no weights, no cardio and running, and then somehow you get them into a strength training. You can start with your body weight or using some bands or just the dumbbells, and once you get it, and you know, it's not in the beginning, maybe you don't enjoy working out so much, like maybe you are chasing that feeling what you are getting after, maybe you are not sweating. Like many women, they are that first, one of the most common questions, but I didn't sweat, is it okay? Is that it's totally okay, you don't have to sweat, it don't have to feel hard. If you want to sweat during your strength training, go to do it in a sauna, so you will sweat. You will sweat. But it's effects of strength training, they are not that you feel you are sweating, but then you will love those end results, how when you are feeling strong, when you have you are getting stronger, and those you will love end results even during the workout. Maybe you don't enjoy it, especially in the beginning, but then maybe later on, when you are more often you do it, you are able to lift some heavy things, you become stronger, and then you start to enjoy it more and more, and then that's the point when you start to feel that difference, and then it usually happens that as a side effect you lose fat.
Yep. And I see that all the time too, is especially when I start working with a client or they join our team, they're so hesitant to strength train or to work out. They're like, I just hate exercise. I hate movement. And what comes to find out, you know, they try it and they start doing it, and a couple months later, they're like, Matt, I don't even recognize who I am. Like, I fucking love strength training. I have muscle definition. I see baby biceps, like all this and this, and like it's making my life so much easier. And just 2 months ago, they were telling me that there's no chance in hell they're going to exercise. You know, it's like, wow, like complete 180 in mindset right there.
I think because a lot of women are used to trying to burn off all the calories that they ate, and so they view exercise as a punishment rather than anything else. And so actually trying to get strong and, you know, concentrating on your nutrition in a healthy way is different for people.
Yeah.
Would for yourself, Turo, what would you say are kind of, other than what Beth just said, what would be some of the biggest barriers or reasons why people don't want to start strength training and getting stronger? Like maybe misconceptions or something.
Yeah, I like many women, they are scared that you get bulky of doing it. And it's not that, you know, I hear like that. I don't want to use heavy weights, that I don't want to get those big muscles. And
I wish it were that easy.
I said that if you ask those women who are some bodybuilders, how was it easy? What they did, was it just happening to have by using 5-pound dumbbells and doing 10 reps 2-3 times a week, and that they got it like that just by accident? Hell no, it's not, especially for women. Like you are missing that testosterone part, and it takes, you have to have nutrition on point. You have to have like a really spot on your workout. You have to. It's not happening by accident. So even if you think that you are gaining a lot of muscle mass, I always say that if you see that bodybuilder watching you on the mirror, then you can stop it, do it something else. But ultimately, like that, don't be afraid to use heavy weights. Like for most women, that what is benefiting you the most is probably those things what you are not doing. Like, so what I see a lot for women, they do like using low weights, 15, 20, 30 reps, always same workout. And when they start working with me, I put them like using heavier weights, different rep ranges, month after month. And then they're like that, wow, they are loving those results and seeing that now body is actually starting to change. And so the idea is that you are just changing a little bit things. What improves you, what makes you benefit the most is that you are changing things around and not doing always same things.
Okay, so you like to change things up a little bit. I also like to change up like rep schemes and things like that, give them a different stimulus. You know, maybe one block of 4 weeks we'll be doing like primarily 6 to 8 reps or something, and then the next one we'll move up to like 8 to 12 or something, just to give them that different feeling of what heaviness actually is, and like what they are what they think they're capable of too, right? When you drop that rep range, what I find is most people's instinct is like, okay, so lower rep range, I'm going to keep the weight the same though, right? Like no, we don't want to drop the reps and keep the weight the same, because then you're not even going to be challenging your muscle anymore. You're not going to grow that muscle. You're not going to get stronger. But you drop the rep range and then pick up maybe 5 or 10 pounds heavier than you were before, and that's how you're going to get results right there, right?
Yeah. No, that's what I love to use. Like I use usually 1 month you focus on building maximum strength. Yeah. And rep ranges from, let's say, from 2 to 5, maybe 6, depending a little bit, of course, how much weight you have available and stuff like that. But and then next month you go, let's say, from 6 to 12. Month after that you go from 12 to 15. So you are working on every different part, like and that you are using different weights. And especially for most women who never had it like that, or it was same for me. Like I had with my background, I was lifting heavier, but I had a 10 years break. I didn't do any heavy lifting after I quit playing ice hockey, and now I started in May, and it felt like so fucking heavy. And I know that feeling that it's for women also. If you have never had some heavy weights, that most of the women, they are a lot stronger than they think. They are just,
it's up here.
That is what it's when I talk with the clients, how much weight you were using. I was using whole workout with the same weights, like 10 pound dumbbells, and now I moved to 16 and I was able to do it. As that, no, you have to, it's different weight what you are choosing is different on each single exercise. Your legs back are a lot stronger than your shoulders.
Yes.
So
if you're squatting with the same weight as you are with a shoulder press, there's something wrong there. Like you're probably not challenging yourself. And I like to when I start talking with somebody to figure out what they have access to, what they have at home, because most people are working out from home right now, right?
Yeah.
They're like, oh, I've got a 10-pound weight at home. I'm like, all right, well, let's get 2 more weights. I like to at least have 3 different size of weights, right? Like a light for them, a medium for them, and then something that they think is heavy, and we'll go there. And then next thing you know, like, Matt, I got to buy new dumbbells or new kettlebells because I can't. I'm too strong for these ones, you know.
Yeah, no, that's really like what I love to use. Just that if you don't have anything, buy adjustable dumbbells that you can. It's maybe a little bit more work. That it's kind of annoying that you have to change that weight every time, but you don't need to have. You don't need to have a gym at home. So you have pair of dumbbells where you adjust the weight for each single exercise. And if you are, whatever your goal is, how many reps you are doing, if you are doing 5, if you make 5, you can imagine to do 2 more, then add more weight for next set or next workout. Next set is your next chance. And if you can make only 4, then reduce it. But push yourself. It's not, you are seeing so much better results if you are pushing yourself. It's obviously something is always better than nothing, but especially in a strength training, you have to push yourself. And I feel most of the women are pushing themselves too less, and men they are using too much weight,
too much ego.
Too much ego, and women it's opposite. So those are the most common things what I see. And probably you see same thing.
When pushing ourselves with strength training and trying to get stronger in the gym, like we're likely to give up mentally than we are, physically. That lifting heavy weights, it sucks sometimes, right? Like that, because in that moment you're like, oh my God, this is awful. In the bottom of a squat with a couple 100 pounds on your back, that sucks. But you know what doesn't suck? Squatting a couple 100 pounds up, and that feeling, the feeling that you get when you actually do it, building that mental toughness. When you think you don't have any more, keep going. Because I guarantee you, you've got more in it. Got more.
I can't tell you how many times, like when I was teaching group coaching, I'd have to be like, how'd that feel? I mean, you can see these women, they're just going like this, right? I'm like, they're talking to their friends. I'm like, you can definitely go heavier. Like you are so much stronger than you think. And I hand them like something like 5 or 10 pounds heavier. Like, I can't do that. I'm like, try it. And they do it. I'm like, see, it's not supposed to tickle.
It's not supposed to be comfortable either. Like you got to be uncomfortable.
No, that's I love it. That Beth, I'm sure I see those same things all the time. Like we are obviously, I don't have always access to weights, so I'm using a lot of bands, and then they are choosing the lightest one, and I said no, that's not allowed in this exercise, and you start with that harder one, and if you can't make it all, you can quit, you can stop earlier, until you can't make it anymore, and then for next set you can take that other one, but you start with that heavier one, and not thinking like that I'm saving my strength for, I gotta do 3 sets with this, so first one it's okay if it's easy, and the next one it's again easy, and third one maybe you feel a little bit, but it's not enough, or it's you could get a lot more if you get started with a bit heavier one or harder one.
And that's a benefit of working with the coach in person too, or remotely if you're doing sessions, is they'll see that you're not actually challenging yourself enough. Like you might think you are, but like it's very clear to us as a coach how challenge. So I've got one in-person client currently. I'm training my cousin's daughter to help her get stronger for volleyball and sports and things like that. So a check I'll do with her after every set is I'll have her do a check, right? Check in with yourself. How hard was that? How difficult was that on a scale of 1 to 10, right? RPE. And, so now that she understands the 1 through 10 system, she knows if she's at a 6 or so, she needs to be pushing herself a little bit harder. I like for her to come in at around an 8, that sweet spot, and I'll call her out too. Be like, okay, what do you think that was? What do you feel like that was? And then I'll, when she tells me what she thinks it is, I'll be like, well, here's what it looked like to me. Now, of course, I don't know what you're feeling. So maybe it really was a 9 out of 10 or a 10 out of 10. But I'm like, I think you've got a couple more in you. Let's try to get one more rep in you this next one and see where we're at. Then we'll do that next set. And it's like, okay, that was actually an 8, that wasn't a 6 or something like that, so they're just kind of discovering their strength and what their body can do then.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I always do that check. I always do a check with myself afterwards, right?
Yeah.
So start asking yourself, and that's why a logbook, right, is so beneficial. I think we all probably keep logbooks or some type of a way to log our workouts, right? Where we make these notes about how difficult things were, how good they felt, what didn't feel right, so we can improve on those things.
Yeah. And I don't know how you are tracking. I have my own workout app, what I have for my clients and for my people. And,
amazing.
And it's so easy to track, like that you are adding always for each single exercise. And now when you look back, it's all saved in your in my app. So I can look when it's plus that it's already counting that how much weight you should, because that's the next question. How much weight when you go from squats from 15 to 5, how much weight you should be using. So you have, there is some table what to get, but obviously first time it's always hard to know. But when you have that like app, it's giving you at least an estimate how much it was, and you are able to, and it's so motivating when you see that how much you have improved. You see that where you have been 3 months ago, 6 months ago, 9 months ago, and you're looking at, holy shit, now I'm doing deadlifts when I was starting like a couple months ago, 6 months ago, I'm doing now with the same weight. When I started with the 4, now I'm doing 15. So, or it's so motivating and important to have some kind of collecting data. It's just giving understanding that it won't be every day perfect. You are not improving every day. It's same with the weight loss or fat loss. You don't want to take those pictures. You don't want to see yourself in a pictures, but then later on, when you look back, you are so happy that you did it, and you are that's what makes you ultimately happy, is that making progress, not reaching that goal. It's that when you reach that goal, if you're like, I know you guys work also a lot with the weight loss and your weight loss goals. If you want to lose that 20 pounds, and once you hit it, you lose that 20 pounds, you are like that, you are like happy for an hour, maybe a day or 2, and then you are like, what's next?
Right.
Yeah, the plan after the plan, for sure.
No, it's not. It's that what makes you ultimately happy is that you are seeing that you are making progress and collecting different data. I love to do it. Like you are collecting steps. You are tracking your sleep. It don't have to be everything. You don't have to stress yourself with those, or you are looking your weight, how much it's where those trends are going, and that same thing with the workouts. You are tracking how much you are, and then once you are improving, you are getting stronger. It makes everything so much easier.
Oh my God, totally.
You track your finances, right? Like it's the same thing. Hopefully you track your finances, but, and I love that too, because when that can also serve as motivation too, because there's going to be times when we're not motivated, right? I don't want to do this thing. I don't, like you said, I don't think I'm making progress, but you can look back at it, be like, holy shit, 3 months ago I was there and now I'm here and I'm objectively better than I was before. But I didn't realize it in that moment. It's like, I don't know if you've ever read the book Atomic Habits by James Clear, but it's really big. I love it. Yes, I've always got my copy beside me too. Complete game changer. And I don't know if we've ever talked about it on this podcast before, but one of the concepts there is be 1% better than you were yesterday, right? If you just aim to be 1% better every day over the course of the year, granted, from day to day, you're not going to notice any difference, right? You're not going to feel any different, but you stack those up over the course of that year, you will be 37 times better than you were at the beginning of the year. Now, on the opposite end of that spectrum, if you do nothing and you decline by 1% every day, you're going to be almost to 0, essentially, from where you were 1 year ago.
No, that's have you been reading it?
I haven't read it lately. Beth, have you read it?
I did it. I have read it 2 times. So it's and now just looking some things like it have changed my thinking and obviously my coaching also. So if
Yeah.
somebody's that you can start reading it, if that is some book what to recommend for everyone. It's not only
like
for losing fat, but mindset and understanding how those habits are, like what you are was most of the people when they think like that, why they are not seeing progress is that they are blaming some strategies that keto is not working or my diet is not working, calorie deficit is not working. That's not the strategy. It's not an issue. It's those habits, those what you are like, how we tend to be. Like we tend to think that we are doing actually a bit better than we are actually, and then understanding those habits, like that, what most people they are refusing to do. That I'm not going to do some one push-up or 5-minute workout because it doesn't bring anything. But it's that, like what you said, that those 1% changes, and in the end. First goal is, if you are starting workout or whatever you are starting, is that to become consistent, and then not missing 2 workouts in a row and building that habit. And once you have built that habit, and then it's time to then you start to add more things.
Yeah. And I'm a sucker for cheesy analogies. One of my favorite analogies when it comes to our health and fitness, weight loss, whatever it might be. When I'm trying to explain the concept of patience and consistency, right? So when we're planting a garden, we till the ground, we dig it up, right? We plant the seed, and then what the next day it plants, right? And we're done. No, that's actually not how that works, right? We dig the ground, we work the ground, we plant the seed, we fertilize it, we water it every day, keep watering it. And then, 2, 3, 4 weeks, I don't know how long plants fucking take to grow, but at some point they're going to start growing. They're going to sprout because you were doing the thing every single day, even though you didn't see the results immediately. In the long run, you will.
Yeah.
We're a fucking seed.
Yeah.
No, that's exactly. And if that goal, what I love from this book, one note, I think I did it yesterday, even video about it in TikTok. It's that one sentence, what they said, if your goal is, if you look for people who are losing weight or how they are keeping it off, like it's not difficult. You have that all information. It's too much there, but then it's that those patterns, what you are doing, like that you are recognizing your patterns, like well, probably you have heard it also that you ask from people, they are telling that what you have tried. I have tried like 1,000 things. And is that name them, or maybe it's not 1,000, maybe it's 100 that name them. But honest truth is that probably you have tried 3 different things and repeated them all over, over and over again. So it's not strategy. You change your state, and if you think like for weight loss, that you think for become healthier, what healthy person would do. I think those situations that all decisions you have. I don't know, like 30,000 decisions every single day, what you are going to eat, and a lot of them are with the food. A lot of them, somebody's thinking what clothes you are wearing, but if it's for food, like think what healthy person would do. What would that healthy person, would you take a car? Would you walk? What you are ordering for lunch? What healthy person would order? And you understand it will never be perfect. You are not, nobody's ordering always salad instead of some pizza, but more often you are doing those things.
Yeah.
And you start to think like that a healthy person or what you want to become, then it's only a matter of time before you become one.
Yes. Yeah.
I love that.
Absolutely.
You are a collection of your habits, right? If you have good, healthy habits, strong habits, more than likely your health will reflect that. If we have poor habits, poor behaviors around food and exercise and movement, our chances of being unhealthy are a little bit higher, right?
Yeah.
It's not just one thing. There's no one thing that is going to give us health and happiness. It's a collection of all these small things that are literally, like you said earlier in the show, so easy to do, right? Like 5 minutes here, 5 minutes there. Keep doing those things, and that's what's going to give us the results in the long run.
Yeah,
small steps, big results.
Yeah, it's if you make it like if it's too complicated, you are not going to follow through. Like that's the biggest thing, like usually what, let's say if I start to work with the client, like usually I did it in the past, that mistake, like people are coming, they are starting, haven't done anything, and so that now I hire a coach, I want to start working out 5 times a week. And I said, no way. Right. In the beginning, in my career, I was happy. I said, yes, let's get the quick, fast results and put some transformation pictures to internet that we are getting in a month, losing 20 pounds. And what happened more often is that they end up quitting after a couple of weeks. Maybe it took a month, maybe it's 3 months. It's unrealistic. Like it's the key is that usually what you think that you're supposed to be doing, start with a little bit less.
Yes.
Make a first goal to be consistent for a month. And if you, after 30 days, if you still feel like it, that you could be doing more, then do more. But not starting too much. And it's huge for mindset also, like that our all or nothing mindset.
Right.
If you are setting a goal to do 3 workouts or 2 or whatever is instead of 5, and if you are making 2 and feel like that I could do something more, then you can do the 3rd one as an extra workout. And it's a huge difference if you set your goal 3 workouts and you are able to do 2, you are missing that I missed that workout. So you hit your goal and you are happy for it.
Yeah. So many people want to start out from like 0 to 180. It's like they have a 40, they work 50 hours a week, have 3 kids, and they're like, I want to work out 5 days a week. It's like, okay, can you actually be consistent with that? You're not doing anything right now. You can't even go for a walk, but you want to work out 5 days a week. It's like, let's,
it's not
in a perfect world. That sounds good, but the world that we live in is not perfect. Nothing, and we're not perfect. Nothing's perfect.
Set yourself up for success.
Yeah.
Start small and add on.
If you find yourself asking like, what else is what do I do next? Well, that's probably a good thing, because it means you're doing it in a sustainable manner, and that's slow. No, people don't like to hear that word, and I hate that we have to say slow in this day and age, because it never should have been tried. Diet culture got a hold of it, and of course now everything's quick and instant, right? But really, it's a collection of what we're doing over our lifetime. Months and years, not days and weeks.
Yeah, it's everything through. If you are looking social media, everything should be fast, and then when you are facing those problems, which are happening more often than enough, then you are thinking like something is wrong with me, that I have my metabolism is broken, or there is something what is not. I need to do some blood work. Yeah, go for it if you think that it's really an issue. I don't say that it's not. In some cases it is, but I would say 90% of cases you have nothing. There's nothing wrong with you. The problem is your consistency and patience.
Yeah.
Mic drop.
Yep, exactly. Huge mic drop.
Yeah.
They're in the diet mindset, but they're never really consistent with it.
Yeah.
So they think they're doing it, but not.
Yeah. No, it's that's why I love that. I'm sure you are doing it too. Tracking your consistency. Track your consistency. What you are like. I have those discussions. I just had yesterday talk with the client who wanted to have a break for a month of February. Like it's a busy situation with the family and work, and there is nothing that she's taking a break for a month. I said it's not an option. To be honest, I don't need to have you on my paying client for a month of February. We can have a break from payment, but let's create some plan what you will do and what you are able to do. Like if you say that you can't do nothing, you can always do something, and then we set up a plan, like and not finding those excuses for yourself. And then other goal, what she was not good at this month was like adding protein for breakfast. It's the simplest thing, like having same breakfast for every single day, 25 grams of protein every single day. And third goal was to have a after work 10-minute walk, like after a long day, like probably helping mentally too.
Love that.
And those 3 simple things, I said, to track your consistency. You won't be able to do them every single day, but month of February, 28 days, do 23, 24.
Yeah.
And that's consistency. Great. That's consistency right there. Yeah. More often than not, essentially.
No, and it's because I'm sure you know it's true. If you are thinking, you're trying to justify for yourself that now it's time, it's a busy time, it's time to take a break, and I will resume in a month or two. But what the fuck you gonna do if in a month it's not better? Or what you're doing, how you are reacting next time when something happens in your life?
In my experience, when somebody says, "Oh, I'll get back with you next month. I want to start next month," or "I just need to take a month off," I'm never going to see you again. I'm likely never going to see you again. Honestly, that's. I'm not saying that to be a dick, but my experience, that's what happens, right?
Yeah.
Like,
no,
for some reason,
it's same with me.
Just because you can't do everything we've talked about at the beginning of the plan, we adapt as you go. That's life. Yeah. That's what a coach is here for, to guide you through that. We're not just here for you when things are going well. No, we're here for you when things are really tough in your life, to help you troubleshoot, to help you come up with some different perspective.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And taking action, staying consistent, and those if you are in a situation like just talk with other client at some surgery for a month, you can't work out. Obviously, it's time to take a break, focus on other things. What you can do. Your some loved one just passed away. You know, obviously it's not your main priority, but if the excuse is, or you think that it's a work, you have so much work, you have kids. Obviously, it's easier said than done that you have 24 hours, but it's not, there's always something you can do. And instead of taking that break and going for all or nothing mindset, asking that what is the simplest thing you can keep doing, what you can do. You still have to eat. Even how busy you are, you still have to eat. If
just because you can't exercise in the moment, like just maybe you have an injury or something, or surgery. I hear that all the time, right? Like, I'm going to have surgery, so I probably shouldn't start right now. I'm like, does that prevent you from eating? Like, this is a perfect time, because that's literally all you can do right now is control what you're eating. Mm-hmm. This is a perfect time to start working on yourself. You can start working on your mindset, and that all or nothing mindset you just showed me about your not being able to exercise, so you're not going to do it. Let's start working on that.
All or nothing mindset, that is so huge. So if you think that I will start next month, what the fuck you are waiting? Or it's the same. It's the same thing when you have started. If you are whatever you are starting, if you are counting days like that, I have been doing this diet for 30 days. What the fuck you are counting? You are counting days until you quit. Or what, it's not, if you make that's how it is. Like, if you are counting, like it's all how your identity is. If you are really doing that change, you are not counting days, you are not doing it for a short period of time, you are doing it for a life, and it takes some time, that you will not have it figured out every time, like once in a while, but you are progressing and making progress.
Mm-hmm. That's the thing. Like, the journey changes, or the goals change sometimes. Like, we haven't set in our mind what we're going to do. Like, it has to be the perfect plan, but that shit, like, I started out running. I wouldn't even think I was focusing on my nutrition. And then it morphed to taking group classes, and it morphed to strength training. It's like, you just start somewhere and then it changes. You find what works for you. After doing it for a little bit. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
No, absolutely. It's goals are changing. You don't know what is, like, you might think that now your goal is that, and if you look at in 6 months, you probably will have totally different goals.
Yeah, and that's totally okay. That's realistic.
All right, what's next?
Yeah. No, it's that's how I love it. And then you are improving by doing and achieving those goals. You are making progress, and that's how you are changing your life.
Exactly.
Yep, exactly.
So, person.
Turo, where can people find you on the social media platforms? How can they find out more information about you if they love everything you talked about here and they better?
No, thank you. It was a lot of fun. I'm in Instagram, TikTok, active personal trainer Turo in both of them. And Turo Virta is my name. You probably find it under that too. I have my own podcast, Fit with Turo Fitness Podcast, and doing
fantastic
weekly episodes. I love to have you also, Beth, as my guest. if our schedules are missing, or matching. So that's those are probably. I mean, I have a Facebook group, Turo fitness group in Facebook. You will find from all my social media platforms. I have a free support group, just posting, doing weekly live trainings, posting free content there, and supporting people. So those are best free places where to find me. For other things, you can always DM me Instagram. I try to answer all DMs, questions, and that's it.
Fantastic.
Amazing.
Thank you so much for coming on today. It's been awesome.
Yes,
I loved the conversation today.
You. I loved it. Yeah. Thank you. It was my pleasure. Thank you so much.
All right. Talk soon, man.
Bye.
Bye.
All right, Beth. That was, oh my God. I love Turo is amazing. He's such a good guy. He's such a good coach. That was a fantastic conversation. Yeah.
Yeah, it really was about habits and consistency and tracking your data.
Yeah.
All the good stuff.
And I really loved the conversation we had about, push-ups and just getting stronger.
Yeah.
I think the more we kind of talk about that, hopefully we can help start changing people's minds about like getting strong, and just how, we're not just doing it to be meatheads and to grow big muscles, and, we're just doing it for our health and to fucking feel good about ourselves. I love it.
Yeah, totally. That's what it's about.
So you are in sunny Florida for the next month.
Florida, yeah, for the next 30
Florida.
days. I don't like to say. A lot of people are asking me where, and for some reason, I'm like kind of weary to say exactly my location because social media.
Yeah, yeah. People are crazy.
Sunny Florida, yeah.
Yeah, sunny Florida. That's all that matters. Yeah. I should probably take that cue whenever I usually don't tell people where I'm at until I come home. Like I always post like a Q&A on my way home or something, and they'll be like, "Where were you?"
Yeah.
I'm like, "Oh, I was in Phoenix, or I was here," So yeah.
You're right. Yeah, because you never know.
We might get one of these anti-diet soda people come tracking us down and
right.
So I'm on week 2 of my powerlifting prep now.
How's that feel?
Good. Today is my second workout of week 2. I've got a nagging shoulder injury that it kind of resurfaced over the weekend on my rest days when I was in Arizona, which is weird. But it's already starting to feel better. I've been just kind of working it, and we'll see how that goes.
Try some shoulder cars.
Oh yeah, I'll do that. I'll definitely do that.
Those are really, really good for. I struggle with shoulder shit, so I'm always like wall slides, shoulder cars.
Wall slides are fantastic. Yeah. I was talking with my coach. Monday about the plan going forward, and I was like, just want to let you know, I got a nagging shoulder injury. I think I mentioned to you a couple months ago. And he's like, yeah, he's like, get used to it, because like, you're always going to have some type of an injury at this point, with the training that we're doing. And that's okay. My body weight, of course, went up a week after the first week, but I'm not tracking or anything right now. And then I traveled. So I'm going to make a video about that, just to be like freaking out and be like, just kidding. I don't care. Like, it's going to be okay. Especially since I'm not tracking. So, but that's all good. It's all good. I'm really looking forward to it. So
that's awesome. I'm looking forward to watching your journey.
Thank you. All right, Beth. Well, I'm going to let you go enjoy the sunshine. So
yeah, that's what I'm going to do.
I'm going to enjoy this snow blizzard, snow apocalypse,
Yay,
snowmageddon, whatever the fuck they're calling it. Yeah. Yeah. You've been getting blasted in May, and now it's my turn. So
fuck yeah. And we're getting blasted again. I'm glad I'm not going to be there for it. So apparently we're probably getting the same stuff as you.
Yeah. The way it's traveling, I would imagine it makes its way to Maine. Yeah. So
yeah, totally.
Fun.
All right,
Beth.
Matt. Well, you have an amazing rest of your day, and
thank you.
Stay warm.
I'll try.
I'll be looking for some blizzard fucking walking videos. Okay.
Outside. As much shit as I talk, I have to do it. Right. I have to do it. So I at least have to make at least one, as long as it's safe for me to do so,
right.
I will do it, a little bit of snow and everything, even with blowing snow and things like that, I'll still do it. But, you guys just don't need to find me like frozen in the middle of the street or something, because I died on my 20-minute walk or something. So
right. Anything to keep the need up, okay?
Now is when I'm going to be, the next couple of days, I'll just be leaning on the Oculus Quest. So
yes, there you go. That too.
Yeah.
Yes. Awesome. All
right, Beth. Well, you have an amazing day.
You too. Bye.
And that is a wrap for this episode of Cut the Crap with Beth and Matt. Did we help you cut through the bullshit? We want to know. Send us a DM on Instagram and share your thoughts. We'd love to hear them. And if you did find this one helpful, why not share this episode with a friend? I know I personally love it when a friend shares their favorite podcast with me, along with a text saying, "Oh my God, you have got to check out this podcast. You'll love it." And of course, don't forget to subscribe to the podcast so you don't miss future episodes.